The world of queer hockey wasn't one you'd ever considered until Jake, your best friend, dove headfirst into it. Initially, it was just another one of his hobbies. With each passing week, though, his passion for it grew. Over shared meals and late-night chats, he recounted tales of icebound camaraderie, the thrill of scoring his first goal, the blossoming friendships. It was impossible not to get caught up in his enthusiasm. But as the season progressed, Jake's commitment to his new sport grew, leaving less space for the two of you. It didn't matter, though. His joy was contagious, and when he did make time for you, he was as connected and as present as always. Tonight was one of those nights where you and Jake were able to make your schedules mesh. He launched into stories of Braden, the enigmatic team captain. Each time he spoke the name, a warmth spread across his face, his eyes lit with a mix of admiration and deep respect. He pulls out his phone and shows you some of the pictures on Braden's Instagram. A towering figure with tousled brown hair and ice blue eyes that seemed to belie an untold depth. His physique was undeniably impressive, shirts clinging to broad shoulders and a chiseled chest. And those arms. You shake your head, dispelling the unexpected warmth that floods through you. You're surprised at yourself. Braden isn't your usual type. Not that you really have a type, and yet there was an undeniable magnetism to him. Beneath the strong jaw and sculpted muscles, his eyes hint at a vulnerability, a hidden depth. A part of you can't help but wonder about the man behind the facade. You snap back to reality, realizing Jake has moved on and is telling you a story about a dating show pilot episode that Braden had been on. There was apparently a copy of that episode circulating online somewhere. Your curiosity piqued. You make a mental note. As the evening winds down, Jake's familiar plea for you to attend his next game resurfaces. The idea of watching sweaty, muscled men skate around isn't exactly your cup of tea, even if they are queer. But his hopeful expression melts the last of your resistance. Maybe the thought of getting to see the mysterious Braden in person also has a role to play. A reluctant yes escapes your lips, accompanied by a silent vow to bring a book for distraction. Later that evening, alone with your laptop, curiosity gets the better of you. You search for the leaked dating show tape, an unexpected eagerness rising within you. Why are you so drawn to this, you wonder, as your cursor hovers over the play button? Before you can answer, your finger acts on impulse. It's as if your hand has a mind of its own. Hey there, I'm Braden, here in beautiful Vancouver, BC, and I'm here to shake things up. I'm 25, 6'4", and I got brown hair and blue eyes. I play competitive hockey with the West End Warriors, and I'm a force to be reckoned with, on the ice and off. And as a competitor amateur hockey player, I know what it takes to be a winner. Drive, determination, and a whole lot of swagger. And trust me, I've got it in spades. I've been playing hockey since I was old enough to put on skates. I grew up in a small town where the rink was my second home. My dad was my coach, my mentor, and my biggest critic. He pushed me to be my best, even when I didn't think I had it in me. But there were times when I thought he was too hard on me and that his expectations were too high. But looking back, I realized that's what made me the player that I am today. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be the man I am. I worked hard to impress him, to make him proud, and it paid off. I earned a scholarship to play university hockey, and for a while, it looked like I was headed to the NHL. I'd even been scouted, but I got checked hard and wrenched my knee, tearing my ACL. I had to have a bunch of surgeries and I lost my chance to go pro. So, after university, I joined a competitive queer team here in the city. Now, I'm not just some rough around the edges jock looking for a quick hookup. I've got brains, brawn, and a whole lot of charm. And I don't know anyone who can resist my ice blue eyes. But when I find someone who can match my intensity and my passion, well, let's just say the sparks will fly. When I'm not dominating on the ice, you can find me crushing it in the gym. I live for the rush of endorphins and the sense of accomplishment that comes with pushing my body to its limits. My bros and I love to hit the town together too. Whether it's a post-game celebration or just a random Tuesday, we know how to party hard. And let me tell you, I can hold my own on the dance floor. Get a few drinks in me and I'm a real party animal. My bros and I on the team work hard to be the best, and we play just as hard. I don't have a ton of downtime, but when I do, I like to play NHL 24 on my Xbox. Lately though, it's been tough to find the time. Between hockey, working out, jogging, and partying with my buds and teammates, my gaming sessions have been few and far between. Still, I manage to squeeze a couple games in when I can. I also love to get up into the mountains to go hiking, mountain biking, and camping, or stand-up paddleboarding down by English Bay or in Howe Sound. If you're lucky, you can catch me at Wreck Beach, but don't stare, even though most do. On top of all that, I'm also pretty handy. I've learned how to change my oil, replace tires, and tackle other car maintenance. My dad was big on self-sufficiency, so I picked up a thing or two from him over the years. So if you want someone who's good with his hands and can handle stick, well, I'm your guy. What's my toxic relationship trait? Good question. I'd say probably that I have high standards because I've got a lot to offer. I need a man, a real man who's got it together, who's active, and who can keep up with me on and off the ice. I've had my fair share of boyfriends in the past, but let's just say it's been a challenge finding someone who can keep up with me. I'm not exactly easy to date. I got a strong personality, high expectations, and a tendency to push people to their limits. It's not that I'm being difficult, it's just that I know what I want, and I won't settle for anything less. If you can't handle the heat, get out of the kitchen. I've had guys who thought they could handle me, but ultimately couldn't hack it. They get overwhelmed by my intensity or intimidated by my confidence. And don't even get me started on the ones who thought they could change me. Newsflash, I'm a force of nature, and you're not going to be the one to tame me. What I need is someone who can match me, blow for blow. Someone with the right combination of looks, masculinity, and muscles, but also someone who can handle me at my most intense. So if you think you're up to the challenge, if you can handle the heat, then strap on some skates and see if you can keep up. But don't say I didn't warn ya. I'm not for the faint of heart. And if you can't keep up with my fast-paced, work hard and party hard lifestyle, and my competitive edge, then don't even bother. The next day, you take the bus to Kitsilano Arena. The uncharacteristically warm spring day is abruptly replaced by the arena's ice. Thank you so much for listening to this preview. If you want to hear the full version, check the link in the description. It's available right now. And if you could like, comment, and subscribe, it would really help the channel. I also wanted to take a moment and say a big thank you to you, all of my patrons and subscribers, for your continued support. Your support really does mean so much to me, and writing and recording these stories for you brings me so much joy. So thank you so much for being there and for your continued support. Remember, take care of yourself and make sure we're taking care of each other too.